Hey, it's Z, the healing stylist. So on the topic of podcasts, Anchor is probably the easiest and most free way that you could possibly make a podcast. The creation tools and everything that you need are all in one spot on the app. You can record, edit, and everything straight from your phone or your computer, and they'll even distribute to a lot of the major podcast brands like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can make money with no minimum listenership. I'd say go ahead and download that free Anchor app if you're considering it, or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm. Again, that's anchor.fm to get started. Peace. Welcome to the Black Wellness Journey. I'm super duper excited about the most recent coaching session I recently had. I can't call it therapy because I don't believe that she's a therapist from what I remember her saying, but I had this amazing session with her today, and it was so dope. I wasn't even ready for it to be as amazing as it actually was. She was like clairvoyant, super dope in all the ways that she could just kind of connect with me. Like, we was talking, and it was good vibes all the way around, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. She gave me a lot of New York, a lot of Hispanic flavor. I loved every minute of it, from literally the first consult I had with her, which was like 3 days ago, I believe. So I was referred to her by my personal trainer because I was, giving her some information on, how I was feeling. It was like a check-in call with my personal trainer, and I was telling her about, how emotionally I know I have not connected in the ways that most people do. And, I'm not really sure why. It's just that's who I've been for quite some time. And so from me saying that, she referred me to this emotional coach. We talked about therapists. We talked about my experience so far in seeking like the right fit for my therapist or whatever. And how that was like, it was going, but at the same time, there was a lot of emotion around kind of like feeling like therapy sessions weren't always complete. I think I talked about it in the first episode, where they just kind of say, good job, I'll see you later. And so she was like, I think you'll love this woman. She definitely gives you a lot of information, and you should just, check her out and see what happens, right? So I had my consult with her. She's like, I'm an emotional coach. I'm like, girl, I don't even know what that means, but I'm with it, whatever. I'll try it. I'll try most things once. So we scheduled the time. I said, no problem. Like, her consult wasn't even that long. It was probably 10 minutes, I'm sure. Maybe 10 to 15, just because we was busting up about stuff that ain't have nothing to do with nothing. Anyway, come the day of the session, we literally jumped right into it as soon as we got on the phone. Like, we'd known each other for a while. It was weird. To just be so comfortable with somebody so quickly. But we got into it so quickly that she realized that she hadn't even written my name down yet. So that happened within maybe like the first maybe 4 or 5 minutes of us talking. It was like, wait a second, let me get your name, girl, because this is a lot of information you're giving me. So just on the topic of names, I just wanted to mention just how intense and how deep and how serious and important names are. Like, I was taught that as a kid. I was, born and raised Muslim. And in Islam, names mean everything. Like, if you are named wrong, it's really offensive to people. It's hilarious. So for people that I come across who either have never asked, hey, what does my name mean? Or who literally don't have a meaning to their name. Maybe it was because their parents might have made up a word or, pushed two names together to create one. It would sadden me when I was younger, because I'm like, oh gosh, the fact that you don't even know how intense a name can be and how important it is for your path, and like literally, like it helps guide you. And from my experience, a lot of the people who had names that really didn't serve them were just kind of lost. And a lot of times I'm like, oh well, we're young, like they're lost because we're young. But a lot of times when I heard about their name, I was just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna say nothing about that, because I don't know, for real. So we discussed my name. She wrote out all of them. I have a lot. And I told her what the meaning was to my full name, and she was like, that makes sense. And so because she is clairvoyant, she was able to discuss with me some of the things she was feeling and some of the things she was kind of seeing when I spoke about certain things, which I always think is really dope. I did tell her that I don't go as far as like tarot reading and like, and she's also a medium, and so I don't really get into that either. And that's all, religiously based decisions, right? Because I was raised that goes a bit too far, and that we're not really allowed to do certain things as like, as humans. Like, there are certain things that we just shouldn't know, shouldn't ask questions about, shouldn't do, because we're just mere mortals, kind of a thing. Which I'm like, I guess, I'm cool with it. Like, I do question, well, if it were a thing, if we were like given the right or the opportunity, then why can't we utilize it? A question I was never able to ask. Maybe I was probably too scared as a kid to even ask it. But yeah, so I still don't know the answer to that as an adult, and I'm good with it. So what can you do? A part of my middle name actually means the truth seeker. Which once she heard that, she was like, oh gosh, everything I'm seeing is like, that totally makes sense. Yeah, this is totally who you're going to be for the rest of your life. Like, this is who you are. Like, that's why you've been like this all this time. Only for me to then tell her my birthday, and I was like, yeah, I kind of know my life path number is a 7, and that also is the truth seeker. And she's like, girl, you got a whole lot of power behind this name of yours, and a whole lot of power in your chart, which, who doesn't want to hear that? There is several other numbers in there, power numbers in my birth date that was giving her complete life, right? She wasn't telling me everything, because there were some things she said, she wouldn't say because of me telling her about, the Islamic part, and how it was like, I gotta tread lightly in that area. But she also told me that I pretty much have most of the gifts that she has, and that if I weren't, raised in the way that I was, I would have probably dived deeper into it already by this point. And those abilities would be much stronger. But, hey, what can you do? I thought that our first interaction was amazing. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm like excited to talk to her again next week. We're going to make it a weekly thing for now. And I will keep you guys posted for real. Because, yeah, I'm satisfied. She revealed a lot for me. I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And I don't know if I'm going to tell you who she is, because I don't want everybody scheduling for her and then I won't be able to get on her schedule. So yeah, I'm only telling people that I personally know. All right. Enjoy the night, guys. Appreciate you.